Good evening, students. Welcome back to our BSc third year quantum mechanics class. From today onwards, we are going to start with a new chapter, that is Schrodinger's wave equation. First, we will discuss its introductory part in today's lecture only. First, my aim is to what is meant by Schrodinger equation, to understand what is meant by Schrodinger wave equation. There are types. What is my wave function, Hamiltonian operator, what is the difference between the Schrodinger's time dependent wave equation, Schrodinger's time independent wave equation, that we have to understand. Then we will derive that equation. After that, that derived equation used as a application for different purposes, that we will discuss in third chapter. There are so many applications depends on Schrodinger's wave equation. First of all, what is meant by Schrodinger wave equation? Actually, Schrodinger wave equation is one of the most fundamental equations of quantum mechanics. It is a basically differential equation and widely used in physics, chemistry, in electronics, in electrical engineering, in so many branches. It is useful to solve a problem based on atomic structure of matter. It describes the behavior of a particle in a field of force or the charge of a physical quantity over a time. Erwin Schrödinger, who developed the equation, was even awarded the Nobel Prize in 1933. Now, first of all, we have to understand what is a Schrödinger wave equation. For that, just quick review on last chapter. As we discussed the dual nature of matter, in which particle behaves like a wave and waves behaves like a particle. To explain this, we introduce the wave function. What is my wave function? That we will discuss in next slide. Or which describes not the actual position of a particle but the probability of finding the particle at a given point. Means, to explain the dual nature of matter, we introduce a function. That function is called as wave function, which describes not the actual position of a particle but the probability of finding the particle at a given point. When we consider the wave function as describing the state of a probability field, we see that the time dependent behavior of the field exhibits wave like behavior. Just think about this. When we consider the wave function as described the state of a probability field, we see that the time dependent behavior of this field exhibits wave like behavior. Or suppose that the particle interaction with the world are represented by a potential energy function Vr, which depends only on the particle position. We will not address the case where we depend explicitly on time. If we see in classical mechanics, we can represent the potential energy is equal to mgh, which is a time independent. Similarly, in quantum physics also, a potential energy is a function of r only, which depends on the particle's position, and it is explicitly on time or on other variables. Therefore, the probability field is describing by the wave function which satisfy a partial differential equation, and that equation is called as Schrodinger equation. Okay, once again, suppose that particle interacts with the world are represented by potential energy which depends only on particles' positions. And which is explicitly on time or another variable. Means what? That potential energy is the function of r only, which is independent on time or another variables. Therefore, the probability field is described by the wave function psi, which satisfy a partial differential equation, and that equation is called as Schrodinger's equation. If we see in a simple language, or Schrodinger wave equation is a mathematical expression describing the energy and position of the electron in a space and time. Simple. It's a mathematical expression which describes the energy and position of the electron in a space and time. Taking into account the matter waves nature of the electron inside an atom. For that, basically there are three considerations are there. First one is classical plane wave equation. Next, de Broglie's hypothesis of matter wave, and third one is the conservation of energy. On that basis, we can derive this wave equation. A Schrodinger equation gives us a detailed account of the form of wave function or probability waves that control the motion of some smaller particles like electron. This equation describes how these waves are influenced by external factors. Means this Schrodinger equation describes how these waves are influenced by external force. The equation make use of energy conservation concept that offers detail about the behavior of an electron that is attracted to the nucleus. Means this equation uses energy conservation concept that offers detail about the behavior of electron that is attracted to the nucleus. Means with the help of conservation concept, Schrodinger wave equation explains how that electron attract to the nucleus when it revolving in a circular orbit. When we derive this Schrodinger wave equation, we obtain a wave function psi or psi square, psi and psi square, which help us determine the quantum numbers as well as the orientation and the shape of the orbits where the electrons are found in a molecule or an atom. Means we have to derive this equation. At that time also I will explain. In this derivation, where we get psi and psi square. As we know, psi is the wave function and psi square. This psi and psi square help us to determine the quantum numbers as well as the orientation and the shape of the orbits where the electrons are found in a molecule or in an atom. There are two equations which are time dependent Schrodinger equations and time independent Schrodinger equation. They are as seen in this PPT. Yes, time dependent Schrodinger equation and time independent Schrodinger equation. Time dependent and time independent. Schrodinger's time dependent wave equation represented by this I h cross dou by dou t of psi xt is equal to minus h cross square by 2m into dou square by dou x square psi xt plus v of x psi of xt. What it tells us that we will discuss later. Just we have to derive these two equations. Time independent Schrodinger wave equation is E psi of x is equal to minus h cross square by 2m dou square by dou x square psi of x plus v of x psi of x. Now, what it tells us? Actually, the Schrodinger equations play the role of Newton's laws and conservation of energy in classical mechanics. That is, it predicts the future behavior of dynamic system. It is a wave equation in terms of wave function, which predicts analytical and precisely the probability of event or outcome. The detailed outcome is not strictly determined, but it gives a probability of large number of events. It predicts the distribution of results, number of distributions. If we see this equation, it can be written in terms of R minus h cross square by 2m dou square by dou x square plus 1 half kx square, or which is equal to or plus Vx. Vx is nothing but the potential energy, which can be expressed by 1 half kx square minus h cross square by 2m plus dou square by dou x square plus v of x is nothing but h, and that h is called as Hamiltonian operator. The energy becomes the Hamiltonian operator. That's why Schrodinger's time independent wave equation can be represented by E psi is equal to H psi. Because if you take psi of x is common from both from right side. Therefore, our equation becomes minus h cross square by 2m dou square by dou x square plus v of x, that is h, or it is called as Hamiltonian operator. The kinetic and potential energies are transferred into the Hamiltonian, which acts upon the wave function to generate the evolution of the wave function. in time as well as space. The Schrodinger equation gives the quantized energies of the system and it gives the form of wave function so that other properties can be calculated with the help of this kind of equations. Here there are so many new terms are there: psi, E, V, H, Hamiltonian operator. Okay. That we will discuss. First of all, what is the wave function? Actually, it is used. There are important questions related with the Schrodinger equations. Now, you are thinking that what is my wave function? A wave function is used to describe a matter waves. A matter waves are very small particles in motion having a wave nature or dual nature of a particle and wave. Any variable property that makes up the matter waves is a wave function of the matter wave, or it can be represented with a symbol psi, and psi is the function of r and t. It is a function of space as well as time. Amplitude, a property of a wave, is measured by following the moment of the particle with its Cartesian coordinate with respect to time as well as. Okay. Now, what is the physical significance of Schrodinger wave equation? That we have to understand. As we know, Bohr's concept of atom is a simple way. A central nucleus is there, it consists of number of protons and number of neutrons. Electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a circular orbit. It is a well-known atomic model. But it cannot explain the presence of multiple orbits and the fine spectrum arising out of them. It is applicable to the one electron system only. This is the main loophole of Bohr's atomic model, and that loopholes overcome with the help of Schrodinger wave equation. How? Actually, Schrodinger wave function has a multiple unique solution representing characteristics like radius, energy, amplitude, probability density of the electron calculated from the wave function shows a multiple orbits with unique energy and distribution in a space. That was explained with the help of Schrodinger wave function. It explains the presence of multiple orbits and the fine spectra arising out of all atoms, not necessarily hydrogen like atom. That was explained with the help of Schrodinger's wave function. Okay, what is how we can derive that time dependent and independent wave equation, that we will discuss next lecture. Okay, now Hamiltonian operator, it is an energy operator. In mathematics, the operator is a rule that converts observed properties into another properties. Observed properties into the another properties. For example, suppose A will be an operator if it can change a property f of x into another property f of y. If A is an operator which operates on a one property, that is f of x, after operation you are getting another operator, that is f of y. Okay, therefore a Hamiltonian operator is the sum of potential and kinetic energy of a particle calculate over a three-dimensional coordinates and time. That's why it is called as energy operator. Once you operate that operator on a one function or one property, it gives some constant, and that some constant with another property. How, that we have to understand, that we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay. If you have any doubt related with the introductory part of this Schrodinger wave equation, you can ask me, and we will derive a time dependent Schrodinger wave equation as well as time independent Schrodinger wave equation in tomorrow's lecture. Thank you.